stomach has muscles which constantly contract to churn the food to help with digestion and breaks it down to make it smaller. To help with this, it also has acid and enzymes that assist with the digestion of food. The esophagus is located just here, and this is a muscular tube that helps with the transport of food and liquid from the mouth to the stomach, and this is after the food has been chewed up in the mouth and they've swallowed it. The small intestine is located just here. The main role of this organ is absorption of the nutrients and minerals from the food that we eat. In the small intestines, 90% of the digestion and absorption that we do happens. The anus is located here, and this is the last part of the digestive system. And this is where the waste products that haven't been digested and absorbed are removed from the body. The gallbladder is located here. This is a small storage organ, but even though it's small, it plays a really important part in the digestive system, as its role is to store bile, and bile is produced by the liver until it is needed for digesting fatty foods in the duodenum and the small intestine. The large intestine is located here. And the major functions of this organ is to absorb water from the remaining indigestible foods and to transport the useless waste from the body by sending it further on into the digestive system so that it is able to be removed. The rectum is located just above the anus, and this is usually empty, and it's because the waste products and undigested food is normally stored higher up into the large intestine, and when it is ready to be released, it will go through the rectum and into the anus to be removed. The liver is located here. This organ has a variety of functions. However, the main function of it is to process the nutrients which are being absorbed by the small intestines. The mouth is located here. This is the beginning of the process of digestion. This is where the chewing takes place in the mouth and breaks down the food into pieces that can be more easily digested and swallowed. In our mouth we have saliva, which mixes with the food and assists with the process of breaking down the food into a form that your body is able to use and absorb more easily. So that's the labelling of the digestive system finished. Next we're going to go on to the introduction of the digestive system. So this system is what our body uses to break down the foods that we eat. This is so that they are able to absorb the nutrients we need to stay alive and to have a more healthy lifestyle. This system is also helps us to produce more energy so that we are able to do natural everyday activities. There are three functions used in the digestive system, and these are digestion, absorption, and excretion. So the first function that we're going to go on to is digestion. It is a multi-stage process which happens when consuming foods. It's a method which breaks down foods by using mechanical and chemical elements, and the mechanical element used is the mouth. When chewing the food, it gets broken down to make it easier for us to swallow. The chemical element used is the enzymes which break down the food even more. The enzymes used for this process is amylase, protease, and lipase, and these make the large compounds be made into smaller compounds so that they are able to be absorbed by the body much more easily. So we're going to go on to a description of the three main enzymes. As I said, they are amylase, protease, and lipase. They help to break down the nutrients you consume in your food and make them into smaller molecules so that your body is able to use them as a fuel. They all have different roles, and they are all produced in different places, in different organs. Amylase is produced in the salivary glands of the mouth and the pancreas. The job of it is to break down starch in foods and making them into smaller carbohydrate molecules so that it is able to be digested easier with the body. Protease is produced in the pancreas and is responsible for the primary breakdown of proteins and causes them to be made into amino acids. And these amino acids are used as fuel from our body. Lastly, lipase is also produced in the pancreas, however, it is also produced in the stomach. It is responsible for the breakdown of dietary fats and makes them into smaller molecules named fatty acids and glycerol. And the breakdown of all these molecules just helps with the process of digestion. Next, we're going to go on to the function of absorption. This is the process in which the digested food from your body, from your stomach and small intestine, transfers into your blood and body tissue. Our blood picks up the molecules which have been absorbed and carries them around the rest of the body so that it can be used as fuel and energy. Most of the absorption happens in the small intestines, however, the absorption of water and vitamins B and K happen in the large intestines before the waste is removed from the body. Lastly, we're going to go on to the function of excretion. This is the last process of the digestive system, and it involves the removal of foods which have not been digested by the system. This can either be removed by urine or feces. The main organs that we use for this process is the kidneys and the large intestine. The kidneys are for the removal using urine, and the large intestines is for the removal of foods by using feces.